This is Robert Demers for Conman here at the New York Comic Con, and I'm here with comic book artist George's Jeanty. How are you doing today, sir?
Very good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Good.
The convention's been treating you well in these first few hours?
For the first few hours, it has, yes, but it's always the last few hours that are the hardest.
And you might know Mr. Jeanty's work from Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic book season 8 and 9.
I'm very familiar with his work. Yeah, actually.
I'm telling them that. They might not.
Oh, gotcha.
I know you, and you're a big favorite of mine, but they might not know. What was it about comics that first made you interested in drawing them?
I don't know. I think every kid growing up, you just find it as a child, and most people as they grow up, kind of you get to high school and you find other pursuits like girls and sports and things like that, which I found too, but I never left comics. Comics were always there. They were always like my security blanket growing up. So I found out I had a little talent when I got older, and I love comics, but I love the idea of storytelling. And I think that's ultimately why I actually went into this field, is to tell stories. But obviously, yes, I love to draw. As a kid, you love to draw, but as an adult, you realize you can actually draw with a purpose in a weird way.
Were there any artists that inspired your own work?
Tons. Are you kidding? Growing up, Frank Miller, Michael Golden, Alan Davis, John Byrne, Neil Adams, all the classics, Mobius. Even today, I find myself, as I'm still into comics very much, and I love artwork, I'll look at somebody new and look at that. Within the last few years, Frank Quietly is a great guy. Duncan Fegredo coming up is an amazing artist. We've got so many people who are really, really good, who are technically my contemporaries, that are just phenomenal guys. So I think if you love art, you never really grow past it. You're always appreciating it as it comes to you.
What is your process when you draw a book?
Process meaning?
The process you go through from start to finish, each pencil stroke to the last.
Yeah, I will do layouts. I'll read the script, obviously. I'll do layouts from the script. I'll go to storyboarding, essentially, and then I'll actually go to the pencils on the page and finish it up like that. So it's about a 4 or 5 step process with me, just going from script to actual page.
You've drawn over 60 issues for the Buffy comic books, and what was it like in the beginning translating the TV show into comic book format?
It was very hard because I really hadn't done likenesses before, and of course everybody has seen these characters. The Buffy universe is very well known, I don't have to tell you that. And I knew everybody looking at this they knew where Buffy and those characters were coming from. They understood what they looked like, what they did, and how they talked, and their mannerisms. So I had a very hard job trying to stay true to the legacy that the TV show left us.
As I mentioned, you have over 60 issues of the Buffy comic, and now the upcoming Firefly comic book, Serenity. You must have Joss Whedon on the brain.
I think he might have me on the brain of all that stuff. But yes, I have been very lucky to be working with Joss and this whole Whedon universe, which I had no idea of beforehand. It's just been, and it's really changed my life. It's been wonderful to come in and play with his characters for all these years. And I feel, in my own humble way, that I'll be here for forever. Buffy, I feel, and the Whedonverse will be part of my life for forever, really.
Firefly has a very dedicated fan base since its start onto its cancellation.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to make the comic book feel like the show just never ended?
Well, I think the writer actually does a very good job of that. I've read up to three issues right now. And
I think they're jealous.
Oh, no, really. You'll see it way before that. And the tone is there. The language certainly is there. and the feeling. I think if I'm doing my job right, when you read the comic book, you'll definitely feel like in Buffy, I hope, that the tone is there. Obviously, it's not the same as a television show. Yes, comic books are very different. They're just static images. But I really do feel when you read it, and I just got talking with the editor, Scott Alley, about this, and he agrees that the tone of the TV show is definitely present in these comics.
A television show like Firefly, you can only get so far with the scope, with the limitations you have with a television show. Will the comic book have like a larger scope into the Firefly universe?
Oh yeah, I think it's a lot more. Well, I think they actually did pretty good for what they had, and if they suffered at all, I think they really made up for it in the movie version. But what we have definitely has scope to it. I will say that. You'll see a lot of the familiar things you're used to, and you'll see a lot of things that are new to that universe, but have always kind of been lurking in the background. So it won't be so far off of what you already know. I think when you do read the book, you'll feel a sense of familiarity with it.
Now, with the Buffy book and Firefly, how will you be balancing these two series?
Well, the Buffy season 9 has ended for me, and then I'm jumping on to Serenity. So they really won't conflict with each other at all. So it'll just be a nice breather for me to go into Serenity, and then after that, it's sort of up in the air what's going to happen.
And what about maybe season 10 of the Buffy series?
Well, season 10 will be coming out. I won't be doing it, though. I believe Rebecca Isaac will be doing season 10. So I'm sure I will be doing stuff here and there. I probably won't ever be too far away from Buffy, but I won't be doing it on a regular basis.
That's sad and a little bit happy to hear that
Thank you.
at least it's in safe hands.
Yes. I definitely will be on the fringe of Buffy, if not right in the middle of it.
Now your focus is going to be on the Firefly comic book. Can you give us, I know you can't say much, but can you give us a small hint of what we can look forward to in the series?
There's definitely change. I think probably the person who's changed the most will be Inara coming into this series. But a lot of what the movie ended with, because this is really the first time we're seeing Serenity post the film. And a lot of the film set up pretty much where you think the characters might have been going. And once you get into the comic, it takes it even further from where they've gone from there. And I think you'll like what you see. So there's definitely change. My personal feeling is that Inara is probably the one that's changed the most.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us. It's been a pleasure, and you definitely have yourself a reader for the upcoming Serenity book and me.
Thank you, and please Dark Horse loves to hear from you guys. Let us know what you think, or let me know what you think. My website's kabalounge.com, and I love to hear from people, so please let me know.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the con.
A pleasure. Thank you, guys.